fundamental tonight. As long as this shelter-in-place thing's going on, we'll do these things. And once that's over, then well, we'll do whatever. But anyways, our safety rules with the firearm: all guns are loaded. Finger always stays off the trigger until we're ready to fire the gun. Never point the muzzle at anything we're not willing to kill or destroy. Always know what is beyond and in front of your target. This weapon has been made safe. Checked it visually, physically inspected it. Make sure there's empty magazines here. Magazine empty, magazine empty. I'm a little OCD. I carry everything turned the same way, so that when I grab it, I don't have to worry about it being turned the wrong way or anything. So I carry everything. I try to consolidate my gear so that everything is always ready to use without any kind of obstruction of any kind. One of the things I want to go over tonight real quick is something that's one of our fundamentals. It's not everything you need to know about it, but it's just some things to think about. It's called a workspace. My gun's up and ready to go. Rather than bringing my gun down to my waistline to look down here to reload my gun, come back up, I'm going to use a workspace. Because if I look down here, by the time I get my gun ready and I look back up, where did the bad guy go? Because nothing is static in a fight. Everything is constantly moving, okay? So I want to keep my eyes on the threat at all time. So I'm going to go from here. I'm going to rotate this gun back to what I call my workspace. My workspace is eye level. I don't want it to get below my eye level because my eyes will tend to want to roll down to the gun. So I want to keep it eye level. So if I'm looking straight at you, if you notice, I can see you with my eyes, but I can still see this gun. So from here, this is my workspace. From here, workspace. This is where I'm going to work out my malfunctions. It's where I'm going to do my reloads, everything else that I do. Now, as I said before, using that workspace, from here, just doing a normal reload, I'm going to bring that gun back and can it so I can see the mag well. If I don't, I'm kind of trying to load the gun like this, which is kind of like trying to load it like this. It can be hard to do. So I want to can it just a little bit so I can see. Boom, okay? That's how I do my reload. Now, what if the bad guy is running around behind me because everything's moving, and I'm one of these cats that looks down to reload my gun? I come back up, he's gone, he's over here. The longer it takes me to find him is the more time that I give him to kill me with. So I need to stay with him, okay? So if my gun is up, and if I keep my gun up and my eyes on my threat from my workspace, when he moves around, I can move my gun with him. That way I don't lose sight of my threat. So as soon as my gun is back up and running, I'm ready to go. So that's one of the things about the workspace that's so important. It applies to all of our weapons. Our long guns, same concept applies. This weapon, safe weapon. I'm going to always never assume the gun is empty if it doesn't go bang. There could be something else going on. So if I press the trigger and it doesn't go bang, I'm not just going to assume it needs another magazine, but it could be a malfunction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ID the port here of the gun. I'm going to look and I want to see that port. And if there's an obstruction in there, then I know that I need to clear a malfunction. If that bolt is locked to the rear, then I need to put another magazine in, obviously. So I'm going to ID the port. Then I'm going to bring the gun to this workspace. If you notice in this workspace, my eyes are still on you. My gun is still up eye level. With a magazine. Now, what I want to do, it looks like some kind of high-speed loader ag Teflon coated ninja thing, but it's really not. It's just the way it happens. But what I want to do is I want to check my port. I want to cant that gun as quick as I can into that workspace, and I want to sling that magazine out. At the same time, I'm going to reach for my secondary magazine. So from here, there's my magazine. Lock it in place. Now, I want you to notice something. When I put this magazine in, I want to push and tug. Now I'm back on my thread. So it's from here to here to here. I'm not going to hit the magazine. A lot of times you'll see people load these guns, you'll see them hit the magazine. We never hit the magazine on these rifles. We can cause a malfunction when we do that. If the bolt in that rifle is locked to the rear and you stick a magazine in that gun, if you notice this magazine has bullets in it, and I hit that magazine to make sure it seats, if you notice, see how the bullets fly out? It causes malfunctions. So when I put a magazine in that rifle, the correct way is I push it in, and I'm going to give it a little tug to make sure that it's seated, okay? So that's our lesson for tonight. Workspace, okay? So just work that workspace over and over again, keeping it eye level. And that's it, okay? And here's your challenge tonight. Text somebody or call them on the phone, but either way, I want you to contact somebody tonight. And every one of us knows somebody that needs to hear this, okay? Somebody needs to hear this. Call them, send them a message, do something. Tell them this: Jesus loves you. Would you do that? Would you give him a shout out tonight? Call somebody, and we all know somebody that's lonely, somebody that needs to hear an encouraging word tonight, okay? So be that friend tonight to somebody. God bless you, and I'll see you again later.